Test, 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 test. I'm not here. Yeah. Test. Test. Could be just from the later Test, test, test. Sound like it's coming through. Test, test.
Because your church has adopted this model policy, then you can check with your church to confirm that and whether you have any additional training requirements. Because in some cases, this course Finally, this course is divided into 4 modules, each with a video and quiz. There will also be a final quiz that is only accessible after you have scored at least 80% on all 4 module quizzes. It will include questions taken from the 4 module quizzes. You will not receive a letter or numerical grade for the course, but in order to complete it, you will need to achieve a score of at least 80% on all 4 module quizzes as well as the final quiz. Once you have completed the course, you will receive a certificate which can be provided to your church. This course uses the Moodle online learning platform. Hopefully, if you are seeing this video, you have figured out the basics of how to navigate Moodle. Be sure to check out the course questions form at the top of the course page. If at any time you have questions about the course or about Safe Sanctuaries in general, ask in that forum first so that all participants can benefit from the answer. If you have questions specific to your church, though, or technical issues that need to be resolved individually, please use the contact information that can be found on the course homepage. Again, thank you for being part of Safe Sanctuaries Basic Training, and now let's continue with Module 1. Let's begin by discussing what Safe Sanctuaries is and going over some important foundations of why we should adopt Safe Sanctuaries in our local churches. We will begin by answering the question, what is Safe Sanctuaries? At its core, Safe Sanctuaries is a set of policies and procedures for protecting the most vulnerable among us, primarily children and youth, which is who we'll focus on today, although many of these principles apply to vulnerable adults as well. In addition to minors and vulnerable adults, however, Safe Sanctuaries protects our volunteers, staff, and ministries. While no policy can completely eliminate risk or the possibility of allegations, Safe Sanctuaries creates a set of checks and balances, reduce the risk of harm, and allow any allegations to be quickly addressed. This helps to protect volunteers and staff individually. It also helps us to protect the reputation of our churches and ministries in our communities. As some of us unfortunately know, even the allegation of abuse in a church can permanently damage its reputation and effectiveness for ministry, and Safe Sanctuaries seeks to minimize the risk of such damage. Finally, Safe Sanctuaries is an important way of communicating that our church is a safe and welcoming environment for the most vulnerable. If you are a parent, you know that it speaks volumes about a church to see policies and procedures in place that ensure that children are protected. Developing and implementing Safe Sanctuaries practices helps us to communicate that even if we don't already have children and youth regularly in our congregation, we are prepared to welcome them when they do come. It is also important to note a few things that Safe Sanctuaries is not. First, Safe Sanctuaries is not, or at least shouldn't be, a barrier to ministry. In most cases, good and useful ministry can always work within a Safe Sanctuaries framework, even if it needs some tweaking to be as safe as possible.
Testing 1, 2, 3. So you're saying that box 3 goes on. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. A box 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.